Crimson Horizon, Book 1 of the Horizon Rift Saga by Johnny Hadley. Copyright 2025, Johnny Hadley. All rights reserved. No part of this book may be reproduced, distributed, or transmitted in any form or by any means without the prior written permission of the author, except for brief quotations used in reviews or critical articles. This book is dedicated to those who have gone over the horizon before us. May your journeys guide our own, and may your light never fade. I remember the morning the sky bled. I was standing outside our little home on the ridge, a mug of coffee warming my hands. The kind of moment you think you will get 1,000 more times in your life. Harlow was out on patrol in orbit, somewhere above the Western Hemisphere, running a long-range sweep that was supposed to take only a few hours. The house felt too quiet without him. It always did when he was off-world. I stood in the early morning light. The wind was soft and warm. And then I noticed a star went out. Just one. Then another. Like someone was plucking them from the sky with careful fingers. At first I thought it was clouds, or my eyes adjusting. But then I felt it. A pressure in my chest like the whole world was taking a breath it did not want to release. The animals stopped moving and the air went still. Everything just listened. The star had just folded in on itself, like it had grown tired of shining. Then another, and another. My mug slipped from my hand. It shattered on the stones, but I did not hear it over the silence. The horizon began to glow red. Not sunrise, not fire. A deeper red, like the universe itself was wounded. As I watched, the wound opened wider and wider until it stretched across the entire sky like tearing fabric. I should have run. I should have screamed. But all I could do was stare. Then the sky began to fall. Shards of burning crystal streaked downward like angry stars. They tore through the atmosphere with a low, trembling roar that hollowed out my bones. One of them punched through the upper atmosphere in a blazing arc toward the west. A plume of dust and smoke rose where it struck, the ground trembling under my feet. And all I could think in that moment was, Harlow is up there, above this, inside this. A shard had torn through the very space where his patrol route should be. The thought hit me harder than the shaking ground. Please let him be far enough away. Please let his ship outrun whatever this is. Because if he saw this, if he was anywhere near that wound in the sky, I knew it would break something inside him. He always tried to be strong for everyone, for me. But this? No one could be strong against this. The ground rumbles harder beneath my feet. The air vibrates with a deep, rising hum. A second shard hits somewhere closer. Too close. Light flashes across the ridge. A wall of heat rolls toward me faster than I can breathe, faster than I can move. I manage one final thought, small and aching. I hope he lives.
Chapter 1. Test Flight Orders. Captain Harlow Brant hated the docks in the mornings, not because of the noise, though there was plenty of it, but because of the pretense every worker, every officer, every pilot walking the steel walkways pretended the crimson horizon wasn't glowing faintly above them, like a wound hanging just beyond the sky. The red shimmer hovered low enough that you could see it when you weren't trying. No one looked at it directly, not unless they wanted nightmares. Harlow kept his eyes on the grating beneath his boots. His hands stayed buried in his jacket pockets, shoulders stiff. He walked through the bustle like a ghost, letting conversations, laughter, and mechanical whines wash around him. He'd been gone too long, coming home always felt wrong now. At the end of the platform, silhouetted against the morning glare, waited the ship he had been assigned to command. The CHS Vanguard. Brand new, clean lines. Twin pylons braced around the engines. Dark gray hull streaked with silver. A survey ship retrofitted for what Command called Extreme Zone Endurance Navigation. Translation: if something goes wrong, they won't lose anything important. A voice called from below.
You're late again, which is impressive since you don't exactly have hobbies.
Harlow stopped and looked down. Calder Dre, the Vanguard's engineer, sat on a crate beneath the ship's port engine, boots dangling, a diagnostic scanner in one hand and a grease-stained rag in the other. His hair was a dark, unruly mess. His sleeves rolled up, and his smile was the lazy grin of a man who refused to take anything too seriously. "I'm on time," Harlow said. Cal squinted.
If you say so, Captain. Time's a suggestion anyway.
Harlow raised an eyebrow. "Since when?"
Since morning started.
Cal hopped down from the crate and slapped the ship's hull affectionately.
She's ready, mostly. 97% ready if you only count the parts that won't kill us.
"Comforting," Harlow said.
I aim to please, or at least amuse.
Cal replied with a laugh. Just then, the airlock hissed open above them. Sura Lynx stepped out, dark curls tied back and a datapad tucked under her arm, her warm, attentive eyes sweeping the dock with that quiet, horizon-sharpened sensitivity of hers, as if she could feel every shift in the air before she saw it, then focused on the duo.
Captain,
She said warmly.
navigation matrix is online and calibrated.
"That fast?" Harlow asked. Cal clucked his tongue.
She didn't sleep.
Sura frowned.
I slept.
For 20 minutes.
Cal replied.
That still counts, and how would you know so exactly unless you were up all night as well?
She replied. Cal looked away, turning back to his work. Harlow watched them both. The crew was small by design, easier to sacrifice, easier to forget. He wouldn't tell them that. They were still too young and bright-eyed for the cynicism Command breathed. Something about Sura reminded him of, no. He cut off the thought before it formed. Sura snaped his thought S back to the present.
Command wants us underway within the hour.
Of course they do.
Cal muttered.
Wouldn't want us thinking too hard before flying into that big cosmic blender.
Harlow stepped toward the ramp. Let's get aboard. Cal wiped his hands on his uniform and whispered loudly to Sura.
That's his excited voice.
Sura smiled. Inside, the Vanguard still smelled of new wiring, antiseptic sealant, and polished metal. Panels gleamed. The overhead lights hummed. Too new, too untouched, a low hum vibrated through the deck plates beneath their boots. Steady and mechanical, like a heartbeat. The air was cold and overly filtered. That dry, recycled smell that had been scrubbed too many times, the Vanguard felt like it was waiting. Waiting for a crew to give it life. The bridge opened ahead. 3 chairs, 3 stations, a forward viewport framing the docks and, far off, the faint red shimmer of the horizon against the atmosphere. Harlow looked away from the screen and focused on his command station. Sura took the navigation station. Fingers already moving with familiar precision, Cal dropped into the engineering seat with a comfortable flop and began tapping through diagnostics. His coffee mug sat magnetically attached to his console. It was a dented, scorch-marked steel brute with a cracked old sticker and a leather-wrapped replacement handle. The inside had a permanent amber stain from years of dangerously strong synth coffee. Harlow took the captain's chair, leaning back slightly as the consoles flickered to life.
All systems online.
Cal reported.
Power at 98%. Life support stable. Structural integrity perfect. Weapons offline, because Command thinks showing up unarmed to a cosmic anomaly is polite.
Focus, Officer Dre, Harlow said.
I am focused,
Cal replied.
just on multiple things at once.
Sura hid another smile.
That is the exact opposite of being focused,
She said. Harlow keyed the comm. Command, this is Vanguard, requesting clearance for launch,
Clearance granted.
came the reply.
Good luck, Captain.
Luck. Harlow swallowed hard as the engines began to hum. Sura's brow wrinkled.
First manned crossing attempt in months? Feels strange?
Everything about this is strange, Harlow said.
Not everything.
She replied softly. He didn't ask what she meant. The deck vibrated under their boots as the engines built power. Then, the lights flickered. Just once a subtle blink, but Harlow felt it in his bones. Cal sat straighter.
Captain,
What? Snapped Harlow.
that wasn't my doing. Something just rerouted power faster than I could have reacted.
Sura's fingers paused above her console.
It felt intentional.
Cal blinked.
Don't say that. Don't say intentional. Say weird glitch, or quirky hiccup, or literally anything but...
A soft, low hum rolled through the ship like a breath drawn in. Sura's eyes widened.
There, that. Did you hear it?
Yeah,
Cal said, staring upward.
I heard it. Ships aren't supposed to make sighing noises.
Harlow straightened in his chair. Diagnostics?
All normal, Captain.
Cal said.
Which is not normal.
Harlow forced his voice steady. It's a new ship. We don't know its quirks yet. Another hum. Warmer this time. Almost curious. Cal threw his hands up.
Nope, absolutely not. Day one and we've already got ghost ship vibes.
Sura looked strangely thoughtful for a second, then said,
It didn't feel malicious.
That's worse.
Cal hissed.
Friendly ghosts are...
Officer Dre, Harlow said sharply. Cal snapped his mouth shut, though his eyes still darted around the bridge. Harlow focused forward. Engines to full. Take us out. Cal's fingers moved across the console.
Aye, Captain. Engines spooling, thrust stable, pylons resonating at safe frequencies, and we are
He pulled a lever.
airborne.
The Vanguard lifted smoothly from the docks, rising into the pale morning sky. Below, workers shrank to dots. Above, the red horizon shimmered like a patient storm. The hum came again. Soft, almost intimate, as if the ship itself was waking up. Harlow ignored it, focused ahead. Whatever lay inside that cosmic wound, whatever had taken Mira from him, whatever truth Command had kept from him and the crew, he would face it. And this time, he wasn't coming back empty. Not again.
Like and subscribe to follow the next chapter of Crimson Horizon.